Welcome to yet another episode of We Matter Global Employee Choice series, where we celebrate excellence in employee engagement and uncover the secrets of extraordinary winners and champions who are redefining workplace engagement and setting new standards in the industry. Today we have with us Mrs. Rakhi. She is the CEO and CHRO of Knorish, an all in one platform empowering knowledge creators to launch and sell their online courses, webinars, and memberships. Mrs. Rakhi is dedicated to creating transformative organizations that impact life through innovative products and services. Passionate about entrepreneurship, she excels in delivering exceptional value through breakthrough strategies and innovative approaches. And with this, we look forward to have an insightful interview session with her.
Thank you, Mansi. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here in an interview with We Matter.
Thank you, ma'am. So we'll start with the interview questions.
Sure.
So, ma'am, your company won the We Global Employee Choice Workplace. What do you think you did differently to win this award?
I think we've been doing some things, first being in a startup company, one very important thing that we do is to be inclusive. So Knorish has always been an inclusive workplace where diversity is always appreciated and welcomed. Whether someone is young or someone is experienced, we have always respected both hard work and smart work. So I think that's one of the reasons why we feel we are very confident, as an organization, where we feel that the people who are coming to us, they all have been respected. And respect is one thing that we always tell everyone to be, and to follow that attitude of respect. So that's one thing. The other being, we're very transparent when it comes to interviews, when it comes to talking to someone for the first time, even before joining. We are very transparent when it comes to roles and responsibilities, when it comes to the expectations, when it comes to you know the contributions, and we stick to it. uh, we don't change. So our first interaction is very much similar to their post joining. And that's one thing that we always believe in, that if you start your relationship with a lot of transparency, a lot of inclusivity, it always goes long term. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I completely agree that having an inclusive workplace and transparency is very, very important. So, ma'am, how does it feel to win the We Global Employees Choice for Best CHRO? And what initiatives do you think played a major role in your win?
It's absolutely lovely. The feeling is lovely, and it's lovely to be appreciated, because the HR area, the area where we are I mean, we are always evolving, and we are learning a lot day by day. So this is one area in the company where you can see a 360-degree view, in terms of all the departments, in terms of everyone contributing towards the success of the company. And I think it's very important for every each and every company that's operating today. Uh, as far as the initiatives are concerned, I think the most important that I would like to focus on is you know understanding or treating your people as very important contributors to the system. And again, coming back to the respect, coming back to treating them in a very humane way, that they're also humans, and they also have a life, they also have family, they also have a lot of times some problems back there, and they would be, time and again, they would be needing holidays, they would be needing their time with their family when something urgent comes in. Respecting all of it, respecting them as human beings, respecting them on the equal grounds as you are, is very important. So that's one thing which I think we have been very doing it consistently, because if anyone has some emergency, we always respect that. No matter we have a deadline, we always try to create a balance. Being a startup, also, we always give them 2 days off in a week, just to create that work-life balance. And once they're back on Monday, we want them to be full of energy, full of enthusiasm. So that's one thing that we always have done. The other being, we always believe in the spiritual way of dealing with people. What I mean by the spiritual way is respecting them, respecting their emotions, respecting their situations is very important. Uh, Not being offensive and insulting anytime, but being very, very accommodating, very friendly, yet very firm. So I'm not saying that we are not firm, but we have never been offensive or insulting. And that's one of the reasons why we feel that we are a very close knit family. People working in different departments, they're very open, very transparent. They can come, they can discuss their problems anytime with their team leads. uh, if they want to come to me, reach out to the CEO. We have that sort of open policy where they can. So I think, yeah, all these things I feel are very important, and all these things have played a very important role in our company, and we really want to stick with it in the future as well.
Great, that was really insightful, ma'am. And I would again congratulate you for winning the We Global Employee Choice Best CHRO Award.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
So, apart from this, ma'am, what unique strategies did your company follow to ensure retention and engagement of employees?
I think as far as the strategies are concerned, I think there are some sort of practices that we are following from day one. One being, that we really, really welcome them the first day they come to the organization. We really want to handhold them. So we don't want to give them a sort of, I would say, a feeling that in any area, whether it's training, whether it's feedback, whether it's uh, comfort, in terms of that they're a part of open space where everyone sits together. We don't want, we never make them feel that they are not a part of the organization from day one. So we have a very open place where everyone sits together, the old ones and the new ones, and they start feeling very comfortable that they're a part of the team from day one. So that's one thing. The other thing is, as I mentioned before, that we handhold them. So the training is very, very, I would say, very intense in terms of the product, in terms of their department related core skills, or if it's about anything that they would like to share and they would like our opinion on. I think everything is very transparent and very, very process based. We have a very strong database, knowledge database, that we give them the access from the day one. In fact, some of the pieces are given to them before they join, as their pre-joining training. So once they are at the office the day one, they're very comfortable because they already know about the company. They already know about the product. They've been interacted before with the team lead during the interview process, with the HR, and with me particularly, or if it's technical, with the technical head and the CEO. So it's very transparent and it's very process based, and I think that's very important as well. So that's another thing. Then, taking the training forward, we always believe in training them again and again, holding sessions which are, whether it's training, whether it's feedback, whether it's general sessions, whether it's about their performance. We always believe that engaging them on every milestone, or engaging them at every point, is very important, because this is where they feel that they have been they've been watched. They feel that they have been supported. They feel that they have been appreciated. So I think all are, again, we're very inclusive in this area also. we try to get every area, combined together in the form of sessions and in the form of interactive sessions, particularly. Yeah. So that's another thing which we always do. Thirdly, I think R&Rs, the monthly R&Rs, where we really want to appreciate them, we really want to reward them and recognize their work, their contributions, which is again very important, because this creates a sort of a nice culture where they all want to be the next ones. So that sort of zeal and enthusiasm is given to them every month, that next month can be your turn. And this is very important again. So that's again the contribution that or the initiative, sorry, that we do, that we have introduced. And the very important one is that being a startup, we though we have different departments, but still all the departments are open to each other, and we as co-founders are very open to the ideas, and that's one of our strengths. Whether it's my co-founder Kina or me, we have always appreciated people coming up with new ideas, coming up with client feedbacks, coming up with suggestions, where they want the product to be, whether it's the look and feel of product, whether it's the functionality. We are always very open to it, and we really appreciate that culture of innovation, which is, I think the millennials love, to contribute. And we also we just love that feeling of always being open to, and always being sitting with these people with a lot of innovative ideas, a lot of enthusiasm about how can we take the product to the next level. And the feeling itself is, it's amazing. And that's one culture we really really would take it forward. And we really want to have more and more youngsters joining us, more and more people with a lot of enthusiasm joining us and contributing to the people who have a lot of wisdom, experience, and who are already there working with us for past many years. So the combination, or I would say the mix of these two are amazing. And we have a good mix. We have a good mix of people with wisdom, experience, and good mix of newcomers, the new, I would say the new generation, the freshers. We have a good mix of male and female. So that mix is, it's something that we really enjoy and relish, and we would want to continue with it. Yeah.
Absolutely, ma'am. I completely agree with your strategies of keeping your people engaged, having an reward and recognition for them. That's really important for any organization. So,
Thank you.
apart from retention and engagement of employees, I believe organizational culture is also something which is very important. So, what are some key takeaways you drive a successful organizational culture?
Absolutely. I think whatever I'm talking about, all these things contribute towards the culture, because culture is not just about one thing, but it's about it's basically the personality of an organization. And when it comes to the culture, I think we have a very friendly culture, as I mentioned before. We are very open. We have a very open culture. So if someone from one department wants to have a conversation with another department on the product functionalities or the technical features, we are very open to that. They can just walk there, and if the other person is free, they can just talk about it. They can talk straight with the head of IT, and a head of technology. Sorry. So that's one thing that we think our culture is all about, the openness, the very welcoming culture, whether it's someone new joining, or someone who's been working for us for a while. So that's one. The other is again the culture of innovation. We always want whosoever is joining us, they should be open to trying new things. Whether it's about their pitches, it's about the way they want to integrate technology, or they want to give new ideas. I mean, we are very open to it. So that's another thing that we are very proud of. Um, the Again, very important is that we have a very strong culture of respect. And why I'm coming back to the respect is because even if someone is not meeting up their targets or deadlines, our approach has always been to give them very positive feedback, to motivate them again and again, and get them to a point where they realize that it's very important to perform. But that's always through motivation, never through insult, never through making them feel that they have been picked up in front of the whole team. It's always one to one. When it comes to firmness, when it comes to the team, it's always very motivational, very inspirational. It's always very case based. It's always very appreciating the best in front of them. So I think we always believe in a very spiritual way of dealing with people. We always believe that uh, picking on them always, or insulting them using harsh words, have never been our way. We always feel that that creates a that creates a bad aura in the company, in the culture of our organization. And also, people, until unless they are not happy from inside, they are not happy in terms of that every month they have been appreciated for one thing, but at the same time, a leader is also firm with the targets, firm with the deadlines. And this is we create that we have created that culture. And we, on a day-to-day basis, we have a very good understanding between me, the team leads or the associate team leads, and the head of the department. So we do it very nicely and beautifully. And I think that's one of the reasons why people are also comfortable, because they don't feel like other organizations. It's more like that they've been pushed very hard in terms of targets, or they've not been heard. So we really like to hear them out. Try to give them training as per their needs, and be very open to their contributions.
Oh, that's great, ma'am. That was a really good answer. So, ma'am, you've also won the We Global Employees Choice for Best Company for Gen Y. And we have seen that millennials, they always thrive through meaningful motivation. So, how do you ensure motivation among the Gen Y workforce?
I think they are very objective people, and they are very, very logical. So I think one thing is, if you can really give them a purpose and a meaning in what they are doing, I think that's the best thing that you could do with them in terms of dealing with them. It's very, very important. And that's one thing that whenever we have sessions with them, I mean, in fact, my entire team, we always try to tell them that their contribution is very important to the organization. uh, their contribution is actually, whether it's towards the product, it's towards the content, it's towards the performance and growth, or it's design, or it's sales. Their contribution is making our company what we are today. And how far have we gone from day one. So I think if we tell uh, them, and if we show them that purpose and the meaning in their work, I think that's the best way to motivate them. And I think the millennials love it. Uh, they are not the people who would be given the emotional capsule all the time, but giving them this sort of insight and this sort of meaning to their work is absolutely, absolutely important. It's super important, I would say.
That's true, ma'am. It's really important to understand your workforce and then use the correct strategy.
Yes, absolutely.
So, ma'am, how do you gather and incorporate employee feedback into your engagement strategies?
So, one, obviously, if somebody want to give an urgent feedback, we have an open policy, as I mentioned before. They can directly reach out to their team leads, and they can discuss with them. That's one way. The other, in terms of our processes that we have integrated in the system, is the 360-degree review, which is with the HR, with the team leads, with the even with the one of the co-founders, whosoever is responsible for that particular area or the department. So that's one thing that we are doing it on it, very regularly. And then the other one being the OKRs. As I said, that from very beginning, or at the time of their joining, we are very transparent when it comes to the roles and responsibility and the tasks. So they all are very clear. And with the OKRs, because we follow the OKR system, so they all know what are their responsibilities, what are their goals, the short-term goals and the long-term goals, and what are their tasks pertaining to those goals. So once they're clear with all of it, it becomes easier for them to revisit their OKRs again and again, and for us also to look onto the system, how they're moving on with their targets, how they are moving on with their goals. And these are primarily two sort of processes that we follow. One is the 360-degree, the other one is the OKR reviews. They are the monthly reviews, quarterly reviews, and then they are the yearly reviews. So we do it on a very, I would say, continuous basis. And apart from that, yes, if somebody has something urgent to share with us in terms of their suggestions or feedback or ideas, we are very open to that as well. And there are regular sessions, huddles, daily huddles, and feedback sessions where they can take an appointment from their team leads, and if they want to talk to them one to one, so that's also there.
Great. Thank you for sharing your insights on employee engagement strategies. And I believe that you stand as a motivation to the young HR people right now. So, what message would you like to give to those young HR professionals?
To the young HR professionals, the most important message that I would like to give to them would be, treat everyone as human. That's very, very important. See, being an HR professional, I think it's their responsibility to handle the human resource well. So most of the time, we just feel that they're just resources. They are the resources to the company. I think that approach itself, or that sort of perspective of thinking of someone or a position as, this is for the company, it's important, and it's very, very, I would say, it's very give and take position, that you're coming to work and we are giving you the salary, is where the whole problem comes into picture. So I think first and foremost, the only advice I have for the young HR professionals is, one, that they have to create a very, 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 very nice balance between the company's goals, mission, vision, and a person who's joining the company, their sort of position in the company, their their emotional aspect, the skill aspect. There has to be a very fine balance between both. That's one. The other thing is, obviously, as soon as somebody is joining, the HR should be the first person to be a motivator, to be a person who has to give that meaning and purpose to them. Why they are joining the company, what's the purpose behind joining, why they are so important for the company, and why we want them, to be a part of that company now. So all those things, if they're very clear about, and all those, if they feel that they are a part of the company, even if they're joining today, they still feel that comfort zone. They still feel that, they're not feeling out of the place. I think that sort of comfort, giving them that sort of comfort is very important. So the only advice is, make them comfortable, respect them as human beings, uh, treat them as they're same as you, and they're going to be very important part of the organization, is something that they should always start with. And after that, obviously, they would listen to them, they would see them as their mentors. So creating that mentor image as an HR professional is very important. That's I feel that's very very important. And obviously follow the spiritual way. Firmness, honor, sincerity, self control. All these things are very important for an HR professional.
Thank you, ma'am. I am sure your advice would be very helpful to the young HR professionals in the industry right now. So,
Sure.
ma'am, what do you think about the initiatives and approaches of We Matter?
I think uh, if I start, it's not going to end. But then, if I have to be very precise, I think your initiative, in terms of especially your model, where you talk about the well-being and engagement, is very very. I would say it's super important and it's amazing. So that's one thing I really want to appreciate that. The other being that you're one organization who's actually doing a great work when it comes to startups, and when it comes to, because startups at a startup stage, a company is still I would say evolving, and it's still building the culture, it's still figuring out what's right and what can be improved. So this initiative of yours, where you really really get into the system, into a particular company in such a manner which is very very transparent, which is not very jury based, which is very, I would say, 360-degree in terms of looking into departments, or going through the reviews, going talking to the people from that company. It's amazing. And I wish you all the luck for the future, because you're doing an amazing job. I mean, people are actually the company, and you are respecting that, and I think that's commendable.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Your feedback really motivates us and helps us keep going. So, ma'am, what are the three words that you would use to describe We Matter and its work?
uh, I think three words would be: it's inspirational, it's I would say inclusive, and quantitative. I think that's what you believe in.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I think these are the three words which I've gathered, uh, going through the process, and even going through the website, and the testimonials from others. So I think I go by that, because I feel you're doing an amazing job when it comes to these three words. Very aspirational, I would say.
Thank you so much, ma'am. That was really kind. And it was great talking to you. It's a very insightful session, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Mansi. Thanks a lot for giving us an opportunity to be a part of We Matter, and it's amazing. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.